You ever wonder if it's actually possible to go from a regular 9 to 5 job to becoming a millionaire? I mean, it can feel like a total fantasy, right? Well, we are about to break down a very real 10-step roadmap from someone who actually did it. Let's get into how she pulled it off. So, meet Natalie Dawson. This is where her story started. She was earning $55,000 a year, stuck in a job she absolutely hated. For a lot of us, that's a pretty relatable starting line. And this is where she is now, a net worth of over $100 million. I mean, when you see those two numbers right next to each other, you just have to ask, how on earth do you even begin to bridge a gap that massive? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dig into. According to Dawson, this isn't about some lucky break. It's about a specific, repeatable plan. This is the 10-step framework she says she'd use if she had to do it all over again, but a whole lot faster. Okay, so the first part of this whole journey, it actually has nothing to do with money. Seriously, it's all about what's going on in your head and who you're letting hang around you. It's about a total reset of your mindset and your environment. So, step one is absolutely crucial. You have to identify what she calls your millionaire skill. This is all about finding a high-income field, figuring out if you're actually interested in it, and then, and this is the key, committing 100% to mastering that single path. You can't be everywhere at once. And here's a really simple way to do it. Dawson suggests you literally make a grid like this. List out those millionaire-making jobs, entrepreneur, real estate agent, engineer, whatever, and then be brutally honest. Rate your interest in what you already know on a scale of 1 to 5. This little exercise forces you to pick a lane based on data, not just a daydream. All right, this next one, this is step 2, and it's tough to hear. Dawson's quote is super blunt, but let's be really clear about what it means. This isn't about ditching your friends because they have less money. It's about cutting out the broke mindset, that kind of negative, small-time thinking that just keeps you stuck. Just think about it for a second. Your energy is a limited resource. That broke mindset, it feeds on draining conversations, always rehashing the same old stories, gossip, complaining. It keeps you chained to the past. A wealth-building mindset, though, is all about the future. It's about new ideas, supporting each other's goals, and just being obsessed with learning and growing. You have to protect your focus. So once you've cleared out that negative space, you move on to step 3. You have to fill it with rich teachers. Now, these aren't people you're going to meet for coffee tomorrow. The idea is to find the top 10 players in your chosen field and just become a student of them. Study everything they do. And the whole time you should be asking yourself this one question. What value do I need to create so that they would actually want to talk to me? Okay, so you've got the mindset dialed in. Now we're moving into section 2. This is where you start taking real action and making strategic investments, not just with your money, but with your most valuable asset, your time. Which leads us straight to step 4. You have to stop wasting time. I mean, look at this. Every little pocket of free time, mornings, evenings, weekends, even that boring commute, has to be repurposed. This isn't your downtime anymore. It's now your study time. This is when you learn from those rich teachers you found. And that brings up a question that, makes a lot of people really nervous. It's the core of step 5. If you're starting out with a normal job, do you really have to go into debt to get ahead? Well, according to this philosophy, the answer is a hard yes. You have to be willing to invest in yourself. Like the quote says, you have to invest time and money to ever have time and money. Think of it this way. A $10,000 course isn't what's keeping you broke. What's keeping you broke is not knowing what's inside that course. And that investment leads right into steps 6 and 7, which is all about networking the right way. First, you have to invest to get into the rooms where the successful people are. But here's the thing, just showing up is not a strategy. The next step is to do your homework. Know who's going to be there. You need to become, as Dawson puts it, an informed researcher. Know exactly who you want to talk to before you even set foot inside. All right, now we are in the execution phase. You've got your mind right, you're investing in yourself, you're in the right rooms. This next part is all about mastering the 2 skills that actually make you money, sales and metrics. Step 8 is all about learning to sell. And listen, we have to totally reframe what sales even means. It is not about being some pushy, braggy salesperson. It's a skill. It's about listening, really listening to people's problems, and then offering a solution that actually works. It doesn't matter if you're an engineer or an entrepreneur, you have to be able to sell your value. So once you can sell, it's time for step 9. And this is where you have to get laser focused on your goals. See, becoming a millionaire isn't some vague dream. It's a numbers game. You have to start tracking millionaire level numbers every single day. So what does that actually look like? Well, it's just math. If you want to make $1 million in a year, you have to bring in $2,740 per day. Breaking that giant goal down into a daily target, that makes it real. It makes it manageable. And most importantly, it makes it trackable. So we've covered the skills, the networking, the numbers, but there's one final piece of the puzzle. It's a powerful mindset hack that's designed to keep that fire burning for the long haul. This is step 10, and it's something you do every single day. First, you look at your vision board, the life you want, your biggest goals. Then right after, you look at your bank account, your current reality. Dawson says you should go back and forth, back and forth. You're creating what she calls a productive dissatisfaction. That constant reminder of the gap between where you want to be and where you are, that is the fuel that will push you forward when things get really tough. So, if you take one thing away from all of this, it's that creating wealth isn't some kind of magic trick. As we've just seen, it's a series of very specific, deliberate steps. It's a skill. And just like any other skill, it can be studied, it can be practiced, and ultimately, it can be learned. Which really just leaves us with one final thought. The whole idea behind this is that your potential is so much bigger than your current reality. So, looking back at these 10 steps, what's the one thing, the one action you're going to take today to start closing that gap?
Hey, if you found this breakdown helpful, please subscribe for more explainers just like this one. Thanks so much for watching.